So we're gonna finally tackle something. I made a video a while ago. Let me try to zoom out of this shit. Get an idea of what's going on here. Can you see the rust with my shaky hand? There's more starting here. And I think it's not too bad. Here's the problem. I contacted Dodge. I talked with the same customer service rep, and again, more uselessness. So I talked with my service advisor, and basically what I was told is that people have come in. You can't see shit. Apparently people have come in and have complained about this in the past, and nothing's been done because the argument that they're giving us is because it's right in this area that a rock hit over. So at this point I'm not dealing with Dodge again as far as customer service goes, because they suck the big one and they dropped the ball, and I'm not going to sit there and wait for them to give me a bullshit reply for weeks. So I did some research. I mean, I know that this is only... Why do people have to drive around with that fucking shitty music blasting? So I did some research, and you know, granted, I know this is probably a little bit overkill, or a lot of it overkill, but that's me. I did some research and I found this product. Now what this does, and I recommend people look into this, it's Corroseal or something. Now it's a rust converter. So what I've read and have done a tiny bit of research on, what this will do is you just dab this onto the area that has rust, or you know, roll it on there if you're dealing with like a really crazy car, like an older car. What this will end up doing is turning the rust black, I believe what I heard. It turns it black, and basically what it does is it converts it, thus the whole convert part. What it does is it makes it ready so that you could just paint on top of this. So instead of me trying to wipe this rust off, I don't know what products to use. I'm not like I said, I just wing it a lot of times, so this may or may not be the right thing to do, but I'm gonna learn. And I like to learn by doing. So I have that, and I bought some paintbrushes online. Just something, you know, decent quality. I needed these anyway for like touch-up paints and stuff down the line, but I got Painter Friend instead of Painter Friend. Friendly? Is it supposed to be Painter Friendly Professional Artist Brush? Painter Friend. Who knows? I'll find out what it's supposed. Oh yeah, made in China, so it's probably supposed to be painter friendly. Stupid. Okay, so we're gonna give this Corroseal a shakeroo. Now I don't know what to expect with this. Looks like smells. I'm gonna wear gloves. This thing, I don't know what this shit is. I don't know what the idea behind it is, what the science behind it is. All I know is I don't want to be getting any of this shit on my skin. So we're just gonna take this. We're gonna open this shit up. And we're going to grab ourselves a paintbrush. Now for what we're doing, I'm going to grab a pretty small paintbrush. Probably one this big. I don't want to waste a lot of this product, even though I have an ungodly amount. I mean, how much freaking rust am I ever... I might have this forever. I mean, if it doesn't expire, this shit'll be here forever. Some freaking paper towel action going on here. Just want to get this shit soaked up in there. So I'm gonna move this situation down there. we're gonna get some kind of camera angle here. Alright, we're gonna get some kind of camera angle here. Alright, you can kind of see, obviously, the rust here and the little marks there. So I guess what I'm gonna try to do is just apply it gently. It's likely just surface rust. I mean, I'm not a body shop guy. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time, but that's likely what it is. This looks like drippy paint right there. That's ridiculous. I don't know how good I can get this on camera, but do you see how this changed to black now? It was rusty. That's what this stuff is supposed to do. I don't think it did anything else. That's just more of a, it's not really rust right there. So basically that stuff did what it was supposed to do. It just turned that little tiny rust dot black. Total overkill, but that's what this channel is about. Overkill. So I'm gonna take my touch-up paint, which I always used in the past and always will, Dr. Color Chip. You tell them what color paint you have and they make it for you. So I'm gonna load that up. I'm gonna use a little bit of a tiny brush. I'm just gonna dab it on there. So as you can tell, it did its job. It touched up that rust spot. Now, before anybody goes crazy, I know this is overboard. This is completely overboard. It's not necessary. And it was such a small little spot. But there was a lot of people that have bigger areas of damage. So I figured, you know, say for instance somebody has a much larger rust stain or something, or they have rust in another spot, maybe they want to try this method out. I feel safer doing it this way, and it really didn't set me back much. But anyway, like I said, you could definitely just put touch-up paint on it and dab it with a little brush. You know, get the touch-up paint from like the dealer, or get it from Dr. Color Chip. Look at this. This is what happens to your fender wells when it's crappy weather. But I'm happy with this, and there's no more yellow or orangey rust crap, so it looks good. If you have any questions, message me. But I'm gonna go around the car. I'm not gonna film all of the little spots, but there are a couple other spots just like this, and this is gonna be the technique that I use. So good luck. Keep fighting the fight. So just to recap, we can put this to bed, and hopefully if anybody has this problem in the future, this is a possible solution. I mean, I know you could easily, there might be other products too, well I'm sure there are, where you could just like wipe something on it and remove the rust and touch it up, and some people might just say F it and just touch it up. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. That's why there's YouTube. People to put their opinion and their processes and, you know, how they function or don't function, like me. So like I said, I cleaned off the area. I put this product on it, and I waited a little while. I think it was about an hour or so, because I had other things to do in the garage. I was cleaning, as always. So now with the Dr. Color Chip, it comes in the color that you need. You just tell them the color code. Most of the time it's on the website, so that's not an issue. This is a very flaky paint. They nailed it, like they really did. But like I told you in the last little clip, I haven't had any paint chips that have been deep enough for me to actually use this. But if you can, see if I can zoom in here enough. Hold on. if it'll let me zoom, there's so much flake and metallic inside of that paint. It really is a good quality paint. I've never had any issues with that company, customer service wise or anything. I stand by them forever. No matter what car I get, immediately what I do is order one of their road rash kits. Not that I ever really usually keep the car that long, but what it also comes with, depending on what kit you get, that'll decide how big this bottle is. But this is the you know, if you watch other videos, I'm not going to do one, I don't have any chips to do it, but you just basically put the dab on, you just smush it, you know, and then it looks like that kind of, and then you go back when it's dry and you just basically take this cloth, it's like a little mesh type thing, and you gently put this mixture on there, and it basically, what that does is it removes the paint from around the area but leaves it on the inside of the chip. Now for, like I said, for something like I have, you hear the motorcycles racing? Jesus, these guys need to be safe. That's crazy. But for what I'm doing, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just basically touching it up. I'm just taking a thin brush and I'm just putting it over there, because it's not like it has to be flat and you're gonna notice it. This is more of a preventative / protection type situation. Obviously nobody's gonna be looking inside of my wheel wells, only crazy me, so this isn't a big issue. But like I said, if you did have other rock chips, which I do on my front bumper, but to be honest with you, I'm not making a video on that. There's so many rock chip videos. What the hell, why just to make a video to have one uploaded is silly. I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather have a gap in content if I was really droughting. Droughting, is that a word? Droughting? Having a drought? But either way, this product, I like it. It turned it black, and like it says, it basically, from the research I've done, and I could be wrong, so you can correct me. I don't mind that. I love learning. But what this does is hey, chill out. What this does is it takes the rust and it converts it. And basically, after it's done doing that, now it's not rusty, it's like black. And I guess that's the primered state that it's in. So basically it turns it into a paintable surface. So that's when you go over it with this and you just deal with it. I don't know how many people actually have this, and obviously this isn't just a Dodge Charger thing. Anybody that has little tiny rust issues and they want to deal with it that way, and it hasn't gotten crazy to the point where it's like bubbling under the paint and you know there's a really serious issue with car cancer is what I call it, then, you know, this is definitely an option. And I've seen other ones like this in smaller containers too. I'm just an idiot and I had no patience, so I bought this. So that's what it is. I hope you like this. This is a very simple thing. It's not even a how-to. This is just like a how I did. And you know, enjoy. There's more things coming. I'm just waiting for crap to get in the mail, and you know, hopefully life cooperates with me. I've been pretty busy, so once things start calming down in the next week or 2 or 3, then I can start focusing on the channel even more, and I promise I'm gonna start getting some crazy content. You know, crazy for me is uploading more than 1 douche of the day in a week, you know, because I slack. I'm sorry, I apologize. So have a good day or night wherever the hell you are. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.